Now, I've been watching all these YouTube videos about moving to Dubai, and I gotta tell you, most of them are missing the crucial details that could cost you thousands of dollars and months of delays. I'm Hamid Ali, and I'm a local Emirati born and raised right here in Dubai, and today I'm going to give you the real breakdown on how to move to Dubai in 2025, based on what's actually happening on the ground, not some generic advice from someone who has never been through the process. So let's start with number one. The exact strategy no one talks about. Here's what most people get this completely wrong, and it's the most expensive mistake you can ever make. Before you even think about Dubai, you need to figure out how to properly exit the current country's tax system. I had clients come to me who set up everything in Dubai perfectly, only to find out they're still tax residents in their home country because they didn't handle the exit properly. If you're coming from the UK, there are some residence tax laws that you have to be careful about. And if you're Canadian, you might face some exit taxes. Americans, well, you're dealing with citizenship-based taxation regardless of where you actually live. So be sure to figure this out with your local tax accountant and advisor in your country for your situation about relocating to Dubai with your assets, setting up a business, or how long you have to reside in the UAE for certain tax exemptions. Now let's talk about actually setting up your business here. Most people think it's simple. Just pick a certain free zone or a mainland, right? Wrong. Here's what I tell my clients. If you have specific businesses, such as having an online business selling products outside of the UAE, then free zone is usually the right choice. And if you're doing a business with direct consumers within the UAE, like real estate, consulting, local services, then you might have to choose a mainland business setup. Here's something that most generic agencies won't tell you. The activity that you select on your trade license is crucial. So if you choose the wrong activities, you would need extra government approvals that can delay everything for you by months. I've seen people work with agencies that just pick random activities without understanding the client's actual business. Then 6 months later, they can't do what they actually came here to do. So be sure to know the exact business activity that matches your business setup during the registration process. All right, so you've got your business set up. Now what? You're going to get what's called an e-visa first. This isn't your final residency visa, but it's more of a temporary visa that lets you enter into the UAE to complete the in-person requirements. And here's the crucial part that nobody emphasizes enough. Once you arrive on that e-visa, you cannot leave the country until your full residency process is actually complete. And I've had clients who previously went with another agency and believed that they were supposed to stay for a week, but turns out they had to stay 2 weeks until they complete the residency process because some agency forgot to mention this. You need to do 3 things in person: Emirates ID application at Amer Center, medical test, and biometrics. The whole process takes typically 2 to 3 days if done properly, or 2 weeks at the most. Now, if you're thinking about the golden visa route, which is a smart move, especially if you're in it for the long game, here is how you can go about it. First, you need to buy a property worth at least $545,000 anywhere in the UAE. And yes, even off-plan properties does count once you paid at least a certain threshold. Once you got that property and the title deed in hand, you apply for the pre-approval. This is where they check if your property and ownership meet the golden visa requirements. You don't want to skip this step because it's the gatekeeper. And once it's approved, you'll get an e-visa just like the business route. You cannot leave the UAE until the full golden visa process is completed, which typically takes anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks. And you'll be surprised how many people mess that up and delay their entire timeline. And within that timeline, of course, you will have to go through the medical test, Emirates ID, and biometrics, all done inside the country. And these are non-negotiables, same as for the investor visa. After that, you'll be issued a 10-year residency. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the 9% corporate tax. Yes, most people don't even talk about that tax, which exists now. If you make less than 3 million dirhams, which is typically about $800,000, you can apply for the small business exemption and still pay 0 corporate tax. And even if you don't apply for it, 9% is only active after you receive $100,000 in profit from your company. And personal income tax, well, it still stays 0 Capital gains tax, 0. And even inheritance tax, 0. The key is structuring everything properly from the beginning, which is exactly what I help my clients do. Here's something else these YouTube videos don't even emphasize. You're going to have ongoing compliance requirements when you set up your business. That comes with a corporate tax registration, VAT registration if you hit a certain threshold, annual business license renewals, visa renewals every 2 years. This isn't set it and forget it process when it comes to setting up your business. So be sure to hire an accountant for your business for bookkeeping and regular compliance with the tax laws in addition to the renewals. And FTA certified accountants are the one you should be looking for because they should help you register your company for corporate tax and VAT. So look, you can try to figure this all out by yourself using YouTube videos or blog posts or looking through Google. You can even work with some generic agency that treats you like a number, or you can work with someone who actually knows what they're doing and has local connections to get it right from the first time. So if you're serious about moving to Dubai and you want to do it efficiently without the costly mistakes, you can find me on Instagram, Dubai Catch, or go to dubaicatch.com. And from there, I'll personally review your situation and the timeline. And if you're the right fit as an entrepreneur investor, we'll create a clear plan to get you set up properly in Dubai. So this is your chance to stop guessing and start succeeding in a city designed for ambitious people who want to take control of their future.